Shalom, shalom, mishpachad. This is Ahavah of Ahavah's Way. Welcome back. This video that we're getting ready to show you is something, it actually was the first video I ever did. We never posted it, so here it is. Have a wonderful, blessed evening. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Mishpachah, to the 12 tribes scattered worldwide. How are you doing? Welcome to Ahavah's Way. Ahavah means love. I am so excited to be here. I am here because I know that there's a lot of things that are going on in the world right now that there are questions. There's people that's nervous. There's people saying one thing over here and then somebody else is saying something else somewhere else that's completely out of the realm of what you first heard. So there's a lot of confusion, a lot of division that's going on. But in the meantime, I'm here to hopefully get us to a place of perspective and what we need to do to get where we need to go. So with that being said, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been in this walk for just short of 7 years now. I am a Shebrew for life. And I love this walk. It is so different from where I was before. I'm learning more, getting more understanding to what is going on in the world, whether it is in the natural, whether it is in the spirit, whether it is in darkness and when it's in light. But I thank the Most High that He's gotten me where I am. So where did I come from? I came from a whole lot of places. I came from darkness. I came from a lot of places. I can't tell you. My life journey is great. And I'm not saying that nobody else has a great life. I'm sure that everybody has had their trials and tribulations. They've had their victories and their hoorahs. But it's been a journey that I have enjoyed over these past 7 years. Now, I'm not saying that everything that I've done and the only things that are great was the last 7 years, because if you knew my age, you'd understand, oh, no, it had to be more. It had to be more. There's a lot more. And I just want to run down a few things that across the spectrum, I'm going to say that I'm going to be sharing a lot about my life and how the Most High moved in it, how He opened my eyes. I, as a young girl, I loved to dance. I loved to sing. In my elementary school, I was the first person under the third grade. When I was in elementary school, I was the first grader that was asked to be in the school choir. You had to be in the third grade to get in that group. And I was just clueless because there were so many things that I was taught when I was younger, like always obey your elders and do this, do as I say and not as I do. And, and I think a lot of us were raised under that theme, I'm going to call it. But sometimes that's not good advice. That's not the greatest advice on the planet, because if we really look at ourselves, there's some imperfections that need to be corrected. But we're going to keep going from the first grade. In school, I went to modeling school. I used to sing in all the talent shows. If I wasn't singing, I was dancing. And the dancing, of course, was not anything like that today. I mean, back then. The dancing back then was nothing like it is today. But I still did my part. And I was so excited every time I stepped on a dance floor. It could have been in a club. It could have been at a party. But believe it or not, it was on stage. So my first quiet, silent debut of me dancing in a live event that was actually filmed was, and I don't know if any of you, I hope that you remember it, the Watt Stacks Summer Festival that was held in Los Angeles in 1973. Shh, don't tell my age now. I ain't going there. We ain't going there.
I think it
But
was
anyway.
72.
No, it was 73.
I'm looking at the video right now.
If you see the video I'm on, it says 73. That's the only reason I'm saying it. So you can hold on. I'll be right back. No, I know they're not looking at that.
What's going on, everybody? I'm your producer, Jill Pittman, on the music and on the recording apparatus. So I'll be your eye in the sky, your voice. What is you doing over here?
Look, I'm sorry. You should have
Look
never
at
gave me this, but it says in there 73, and I looked at it. So you can't trust the computer.
Video,
You
and then the
know
video
this.
says 74.
See? So
Yeah. Everything's inaccurate, but it's between 71 and 73,
That part.
74, something like that.
that part. That part.
Carry on.
Okay. So so if you ever saw that documentary, because it was a huge event, it was the first all black outside concert. What was the Exposition Park? The Coliseum over there.
Yeah.
It was huge, and I have never seen so many black people in one place in my life. But it was an amazing event. It was the first one ever done here in Los Angeles, and there was a girl that stood up in the audience of that video, and she had on a orange and white. That's out for debate. I said red and white. They said, well, it looks orange and white. That was me. That was me being filmed while what's his name? Rufus Thomas was performing Do the Breakdown. I used to love me some Rufus Thomas. I would dance. I don't care where I was. I could be at work and I'll get up and leave and go dance. It didn't matter. But I enjoyed his music because it always made me want to move. So anyway, and shortly after that, during that time, I was working for a bank. Some of you may remember that one, Security Pacific. And I got a phone call from a dear friend who asked me if I wanted to sing. She wanted to tell me that Ike and Tina Turner was looking for somebody. And I was like, oh, so excited. I was like, yeah, sure. I would love to audition. And then she got upset. She got upset because I got upset because she told me that she was just kidding. I was like, are you kidding me? Why would you say that? And she called me that evening at home, because she called me at work to tell me this. Well, the next day she did the same thing. She called me trying to get me to she called me and she tried to bring that same story to me, and I wasn't here, and I hung up in her face 3 times. And the third time, she said, wait, Yolanda, listen. And when she handed Tina the phone, he said, Yolanda, hi, this is Detta. This is Tina. I wanted to know if you could come down and audition. I wanted to see if you could come down and audition with us. And I was like, I was speechless at that moment because I knew it wasn't Jackie. I knew it was not her.
More like,
Huh?
more like crickets.
I like that. I love it. So anyway, basically the story is somewhat history. I had to audition, I got the gig, and I've got a call a few days later from Tina apologizing because she thought I was someone that was being introduced from another Jackie, as a matter of fact, the guitar player. So I had to compete with her, and she gave up after the second day. So I kind of won by default. But hey, it must have been mine. That's how I see it now. But for that, I toured with Ike and Tina Turner as an Ikette for 5 years from that time on. Okay, so there's been tragedies in my life as a young girl. And like I said, I'm going to be talking about these in more detail because my goal is to get people to understand, to see things from a different perspective that will loosen the bonds of their minds and their hearts, that they'll be freer. And it's just a part of me. I always want to see people well and not broken and just battered. But I did plays. I wrote plays, directed, and produced them. I did 5 segments of My Name is Significant right there in Hollywood. Sold out crowds. It was really a good event. There were some good events that I wrote, like different skits according to the Bible that would give people more understanding what scripture was about. We did not come around with no lambs and no staffs and stuff. I did it where everything was played up to today where people can understand and identify. So with that being said, when I did those plays, I did a little piece of me, a piece at the beginning. That was one of my favorite songs. That was one of the best songs. My son wrote, that's him performing right now. But it was some amazing times doing that. It was an adrenaline. It was a call. Many people would let me know that they'd never seen and understood the word so clearly. So I say all praises to the Most High Yahuwah, because I couldn't have done it without him. He's the one that put the pen to hand and just poured every script in me, and it was just so powerful. And I am grateful that he chose me to do it. There's another play, a play that I did twice in California, in Los Angeles, and it was called 8, which of course was birthed out of pain that I had, and through writing it, directing it, producing it, praying, listening, casting, and everything else, the Most High did some healing in me, and I got a lot of understanding. And when the plays were executed, I had the opportunity to talk to some of the women that were there. But what was even more astonishing, and we didn't realize it till everything was casted and we're getting ready to do this thing. We're getting ready to hit this corner in like a week or two. And I was like, you know what? I wonder how many of us in here has been molested or raped. The name of the play was 8. EI8HT. And what it was about was 8 women who had been molested and or raped in their lifetime from childhood to adulthood. And it was, they even came to me thanking me for letting them be a part of it, because they were being healed from traumas that they had when they were young, just like mine happened when I was young. During one season, and yes, I said season, a relative, a cousin, molested me for 4 years. And then when I got into my 9th year of junior high school, I was snatched into a car and raped. So how can I talk about it so lightly? Yeah, it's the Most High. It's the Most High. because he has healed me. He's delivered me from all the hurt, all the low self-esteem, all the, anything that can make a female feel like she is unworthy. I had it all. But now I have been freed from all of those assaults that I've experienced in my life, even at home. There were things that took place, which I'm not going to get into right now, but we'll be talking about it later. There were things that there were some more highs where I had moved to Denver, and as I came to visit in California for this one Christmas season, and I ran into a dear, sweet friend who I just lost her a couple of weeks ago, Velma Walker Union. She was like my spiritual mom. And I hadn't talked to her in a while. I had tried to call her a few times about a year and a half ago, and I never did get her on the phone. Then I find out in September this year that she was gravely ill, and that it wasn't going to be good. And she left here about 3 weeks ago. So I pray for the family, Andres, Angelique, and all those who loved her. She was a great, great, great woman. She was always positive. She was always encouraging, and she poured into my life quite a bit. Yeah, that was a great loss to me. Oh, you know what I wanted to say about 8? I wanted to say that we found out that 100% of that female cast had actually experienced rape and or molestation in their lives. And we were able to have a counselor / therapist there on hand to speak to all the people that were there. And there was some interesting responses at the event. After it was over, we always serve a meal to everybody. And when I was walking through, it was like maybe 75% empty. People are still wrapping up cords and putting things away, and they're clearing the tables and stuff. And one of the gentlemen that was there looked at me and said, Miss Yolanda, I had no idea that rape had that kind of effect on a woman, on a female. And I looked at him. He said, I have never heard anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. And that touched my heart. It really did, because a lot of people don't see the effects. They don't see the after effects of things that they do to people. And it doesn't even have to be as deep as rape or molestation. Sometimes our word really cut, depending on how close you are to a person, and you don't even know that they hold you in high esteem, and they try to hang on every word that you say to learn and to glean. But if you are a person if you are a person who is not conscious of the things that you say to people, and you feel like you can just run around roughshod and say whatever you want to people, and especially kids. Are you kidding me? Why would you be cussing at your kids? It's just so many things that I see, and I guess you might be able to tell by my expression. Something's gone wrong in this world. A lot has gone wrong in this world. A lot of people have gotten away from having any kind of standard, any kind of moral anything to learn how to live, and to just, it could be drugs, it could be mental illness, it could be low self-esteem. A lot of people with low self-esteem, they just cast all their crap on you or on someone else, and they bear the brunt of the pain. And they don't even realize they've done it because they're in so much pain. They can't look past their pain. So there's a lot of things that are in my heart that I would love to share. A lot of it is going to be my life. A lot of it is going to be how I came through some things, how the Most High brought me through them, how I have been healed, how I have been strengthened, how I've been able to, by the power of the Most High, how I've been able to help other people overcome some of the obstacles that they've had in their life since childhood. At a very, very senior age, I was diagnosed with PTSD. I thought I was normal until a few years ago. And when I heard those words come from her, my therapist, I was just astonished. I was in shock because I thought I was normal. I was wondering why I didn't think I could do certain things, but it was something wrong. And so I got in touch with a friend who I knew was a therapist that introduced me to the great Shonda. I love her to life. But anyway, she has taught me some things. She has explained some things. Things that she says, it's okay for you to be angry about that. But what I want to do is shift how you handle it. And I was like, and I have been much better ever since I've been in counseling with her. She's really amazing. But anyway, I hope you come back to see what else that I can share with you. And I know that you've seen some things and you heard some things. I know that there's a lot of us that are looking for some answers. And let's see if we can get some of them answered. This has truly been a pleasure being here for these few minutes. I'm glad you stopped in to spend this little time with me. I hope you come back. I'm sure my son will be putting out some notifications of when this will play, when we will start the weekly. And after that, you'll be able to get in touch some kind of way, I'm sure. But I hope you understand that I love my people. I love my people. And Israel, you're the best. Yahuwah, thank you for the opportunities. Thank you for giving me the gift. Thank you. Thank you for giving me everything that you've given me in building me up to be able to do the things that I do, even looking past my pains. This is Ahavah of Ahavah's Way. You have a Baruch Shalom day. Mwah.